Welcome back, legends. I hope you're all amazing. On today's video, we're going to take a look at the Polyphony algorithm on the Eventide H90. It is one of 10 new algorithms which have been added to the H90. I've been working my way through all of them. We've got this one and then the instant phaser and flanger to take a look at, which I'll probably do in the same video. So this is probably the penultimate video looking at the new algorithms on the H90. Then I'm going to do a bunch more videos about combining all of the algorithms on there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me know what you'd like to see in here in the comments section below. But for now, let's just quickly hear my bypass tone. Then we'll bring in this Polyphony preset. I'll let you hear it and we'll talk about the parameters that we have available and some of the sounds we can get out of it. Now, in that particular example, it kind of sounds like I turned my guitar into something resembling an organ. The reason being that you have two independent pitch shifting voices that can be delayed or with feedback, and that seems pretty similar to some of the existing algorithms in the H90 and even the H9. The difference is that this one supports polyphonic inputs, so you can play chords into it. You're not just limited to playing single notes, or you can get away with octaves and fifths on some of the other algorithms, but this one, you saw me playing full bar chords on there and extended chords. Basically, each of these voices, you can set the interval, you can slightly detune that interval if you like, you can add some delay, some feedback, pan it, and then place it either in or out of the feedback. So you kind of think of it like two delays with pitch shifting. You can either have the pitch shifters as standalone elements, or you can have them feed back into one another. There's the auto EQ feature, which is on the new pitch algorithms in here to kind of compensate for the fact that, when you change the pitch of something like a guitar note, you're also changing the overall timbre of it. And then you can set the type of instrument input from pitched to percussive. We'll leave it on pitched for now. The first thing I want to do with this is add some delay. We can set the delay as a sort of per millisecond basis all the way up to 2 seconds, or we can tempo sync it. So let's do this. Let's go for, I don't know, like a dotted eighth note and a quarter note delay on each side, and then I will pan the voices. This is instantly pretty inspiring, and then I'll add some feedback and we'll have a whole bunch of fun. So same patch, what do we got? An octave down and an octave up. I've added some delay, I've panned it, we get this. That's the sort of thing that I expect when I see the name Eventide. I've taken this polyrhythm factory preset and slightly modified it so that it's giving me a fifth and an octave up. You can see the rhythmic delay values in here with some feedback, panned hard left and hard right. There's no detune happening. 50% mix. This might be the most inspiring sound personally that I've found in here. Let's have a listen to it. We'll start with single notes, then transition to chords. One way to think about this is kind of like an organ with different drawbars on it. So an octave up and octave down might give you something resembling a pretty basic keyboard style patch. Next up, let's try a fifth up and a perfect fourth down. I've added some feedback, and I'll let you hear the difference between having the pitch shifting in or out of the feedback loop over here. You like playing with distortion, especially in stereo, and you want to get some extra width and girth in there, try an octave up and an octave down with a little bit of detune on each voice, and just pan the voices slightly left and slightly right, and this is going to give you just a mega tone for big riffs and chords. Really want to terrify your neighbors, try set each interval to a tritone. Lots of feedback on the delay voices, the feedback switch set to in, and really, really nice long delays. And you get this kind of thing. I'm going to play a couple of diminished chords for you just to get a vibe for it. From the totally bizarre to something that sounds a lot more tasty and useful, this 12-string emulator, it's called 12-stringy. It's a factory preset in here. You can see one voice set to unison, a little bit of detune to fatten it up, and then an octave up on there with a slight amount of detune down. Everything else is pretty much at zero, and it sounds like this. If you like heavy tones, the octave up and octave down stuff is probably going to do it for you pretty well. Kind of using it like a POG. As you can see here, I've got an octave down and a little bit of an octave up with some detune on there. Let's have a listen to it bypassed and then kicked in. you're familiar with the algorithms from the H9 or the other pitch shift algorithms in the H90, then polyphony is going to seem pretty familiar, and it may even be one of those algorithms that you don't end up using if you're just using it for single note pitch shifting stuff, especially with stuff like quadravox in there, which can give you up to 4 voices. But if you're looking for something that you can apply to chords, and you like the factory presets in there, and you just want some inspiring tones that are a little bit out of the box, kind of like everything else in this box, I think you'll really, really like this one. So I'll go back to that polyrhythm preset. I've tweaked it so I've got a perfect fifth up and an octave down now, and I've still got that distorted sound. I'll play you all out with this example. If you've got any other questions, let me know in the comments section below. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, there are some links in the video description to support what I'm doing. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.